What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to No Counters, No Combos. Today I'm going to be showing you the Beerus deck that I used against the NYZ fighters a couple weeks ago. This deck is a lot of fun to play. It's so, I don't even know how to explain it. It's so fun, and it's just the idea of ramping up all your energy to try to either drop the Whis or get 16 for the leader's ability. It's just so much fun. But we'll get into that. Let me show you guys the deck. So first off, we have the leader Beerus. Okay, his effect is pretty good. When he attacks, as long as you have 3 or more blue energy, you can destroy a card on the field and your opponent's battle card with a cost 2 or less. So it's pretty good. And he awakens for less, draw 2 cards. And then the awaken side, he has a similar ability to the front, except instead of 2 or less, it's 3 or less for the destruction. And of course, when you attack, you draw a card as his auto. And then he has the active main. If you have 16 energy, you can tap 16 energy and you win the game. So this deck tries to ramp up energy to try to win with Beerus' ability as efficiently as possible. But there is another win condition in the deck as well, so we'll get to that. So let's show you guys how we run this deck. So we have 4 the 1-drop Guardian North Kai. He's a blocker and he's a god. So we pretty much only run gods in this deck, and you'll see why later. But he's a 1-drop blocker and he's a god, so he's pretty good. And you want to stall. This deck is all about stall and maintaining board presence for combos and stuff just to survive your opponent's attacks, because you want to ramp up your energy as much as possible. So we use 4 Kai. Then we use 4 of the Gowasu. And Gowasu is really good because he lets you tutor out, or not tutor out rather, but search a god. You reveal the top 3, or not reveal, but you look at the top 3 cards of your deck and you choose a god out of those and add it to your hand. So it searches out your blockers, it searches out your Piccolo, it searches out your Whis. Anything that has god in its trait name is what he's going to search. So he's really good, and he's a 5k combo, and those are really good in this game. The next card we run for Bulma, the God Tempter. She's basically in here just to search off your Whis for the ramp, but she's also a 5k combo card, and you can charge her as energy later on in the game if you need to. And then with the Bulma, we have the 4 Whis. Obviously, everybody knows what he does, but if you don't, he's a 4-drop blue. You need 2 blue energy to play, and when he comes out into play, you can take the top card from your deck and charge it as your energy. So he ramps up your energy. And it also is good because when he comes out, you tap out, so you don't have any active blue energy for defense, but he allows you to put 1 in play. This deck is mono blue, so you always try to want to maintain an active blue energy as much as you possibly can. This is really the only offensive card that we run in the deck. It's the 4-drop Beerus. I mean, he's just too good not to use. He's a god, and he blows up a card when he comes into play. He's just really good. 20k double strike. I mean, I really only use him for the destruction effect, and he's also a god, so that helps. But, 20k double strike, if you're not getting the draw, you're not getting the ramp like you need it, he's pretty good to fall back onto, so I like using 4 Beerus, especially because he's searchable with the Gowasu. Then we run, this is probably the best card in the deck, the God of the Gods, Great Priest. What he does is when he comes out to play, his auto triggers, which allows you to take any of the gods in your battle area and put them in your energy rested. So if you have a board full of Gowasus and Whis and the 1-drop King Kai blockers, any type of god that you have on your board, you can charge it into your energy. So it helps you ramp crazily. When he comes out on turn 7, I usually have 4 or 5 cards on board, sometimes even more depending on how many 1-drops I have, and I just throw them into my energy to get ready for the Whis, and hopefully gear him towards the Beerus effect as well. And then we have, this is kind of like the reset button, the Zeno the Plane God. He basically just is a security blanket. If the game's not going the way I want it to, I'll bring him out just to reset everything and kind of just start from scratch. Basically what he does is when he comes out, he negates all the skills on board, and then you shuffle whatever battle cards you have back into the deck and draw 5 cards. And then he kind of just resets the game for you. So that's good. It doesn't affect your energy at all. It's just 7 energy to play and come out. but you don't have to like remove any of your energy for it. So it just kind of literally gives you a reset button. Just in case. I rarely use it, but he's there just in case for insurance purposes. And then like your biggest win condition, your second biggest win condition would be the Whis Judge of the Gods. He's a 12 drop. When he comes out, if you have Beerus as your leader, you can take 2 turns basically, and he can't be destroyed by any skills. And he's a quadruple strike. So obviously your main goal is to bring him out to win the game. But because there's only 2 in the deck, it doesn't happen as often as you might think. I mean, you draw a lot in this deck, but the downside is that you have to charge a card every turn if you want to ramp properly. And the one time I had the Whis in my hand, I had to charge it. Like that was I had to charge it because I needed all the other cards in my hand. So I ended up charging the Whis. I won that game because I used Beerus effect, but I wasn't able to bring out this Whis. I still haven't been able to bring him out, but he's there. He's super threatening to your opponent, and he's just too good. So we use him as your win condition. And then, of course, you have the Piccolo, the 4-drop, the 2-drop combo card, 10k combo draw card. It's a god, so it can be searched, which is insane. And, this is a blue deck, so you definitely want to be as defensive as possible. And he nets you a card, so that's really good. The fact that you can search him off of Guwasu is just too good. And then for the extra cards, we have obviously Objection, because this is a ramp deck, so you want to ramp as much as you can. I usually try to play as many Objections per game as possible, just because it helps with the ramp. I'll charge one, I'll play one, I'll charge another one. Like you kind of want to use all 4 of these Objections, because they'll dead in your hand otherwise. But yeah, that's a good card. And then we have 4 Senzu Bean. Senzu Bean is just a really good card. It helps you ramp, not ramp, but it helps you restand your energy, like so you can use it to put more board presence, and it helps you defend against any attacks your opponent might use. You're rarely going to be offensive in this deck. The only time you're really going to attack is with the leader, just so you can blow something up on the field, if you can. But other than that, you're really not going to attack too much, so you want to be as defensive as possible. And Senzu Bean allows you to do that. Then we have 4 Whis Coercion. This is the best negate in the game. It's free. You just have to have an active blue energy. You tap it. You use the negate. You restand your energy. It's good. It saves you. It's defensive. That's what you want. Then we have 2 Mafuba. Mafuba's really good because it's like a skill drain. That's a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. For your opponent for 2 turns, so you can kind of like stop them for 2 turns, and then either bring out a Beerus and blow it up, or do something else with it. But Mafuba's really good because it helps it's like a bloodlust for 2 turns, and it's just like it's crazy because sometimes your opponent needs effects like just to go off, and stopping it with Mafuba can really delay their strategy to beat you because they're playing against the clock at that point. And then we have 2 Results of Training. Just in case you're playing against one of those people that don't like to attack you, you want to awaken as early as possible because you want to use the ability for Beerus to win, obviously, because they're not going to want to awaken you because they know that you're going to drop the 16 energy to win. But you also want to use his auto to draw because you want to draw and cycle through your deck as much as possible. So you have to run Results of Training. It's the only way to awaken in this deck, unless your opponent is attacking you. So, yeah, you have to run Results of Training. It's a really good card. I like Results of Training. And then the last 2 cards I run in the deck are Zeno Button. This is a mono blue deck, and this just restands your energy so you can be defensive. Like for some reason, if you tap out on your turn and you don't, normally you won't tap out because there's so much energy, but because you have that 12-drop Whis and that 7-drop God, the Priest, you can tap a lot of energy. So if you need energy for combo pieces, you just Zeno Button and you restand all your energy, and it's like you just stood up like 10 energy. It's like, whoa, like they're gonna have combos for days. So yeah, that's basically the deck. I like it. I think it's a fun deck. I mean, I don't think it's that competitive. It's really hard to be a competitive with this type of deck because it's so stall heavy. But I like it. I think it's a lot of fun. It makes for some interesting plays, and your opponent has to play around the effects and stuff like that. So it's just a lot of fun. If piloted the right way, I could see it, doing a lot of damage and catching people off guard. And having a good side deck it would help this deck for sure. But there's other cards you can put in here. Like I was thinking about using Pilaf. just because it stops keywords from your opponent. But I don't think this is anything I would take out for Pilaf. And Jocko is a good card too. Like, there's a lot of good cards you can use, but you only have a 50 deck limit, so a 50 card deck limit. So there's only so much that we can use. But I hope you guys like the deck. By all means, try it. It's really fun. Beerus is an awesome character. And dropping that 12 drop Whis is just so satisfying. Seeing your opponent cringe when it comes out, there's really nothing that they could do. So yeah, just try it out. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. Let's open this up for discussion. If there's anything else you guys want to see, you can message me, or you can hit me up on my email, which is nocounters.nocombos@gmail.com. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Hit subscribe. Click the bell. Click the bell to get a notification next time I drop a video. And stay tuned for more content upcoming. I'm going to be posting a lot of videos coming soon. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all the support, and have fun out there. See you soon.